All right, hey guys, this is Coach Marcus Jones here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Welcome to tonight's $1 million leadership development training, where we do this every Sunday and Tuesday night. I'm not the host tonight. The host of tonight's call is dealing with a family matter, so I'm the temporary host on Monday and Tuesday. So don't have a newbie corner. I know you guys like the newbie corner. Just want to let you guys know for Go to Sauna members, if you have any inactive reps, the company sent out an email today to your inactive and canceled Go to Sauna members offering the 30-day Feel Good, Be Good subscription. Okay, and so you may see some of those people show up back in your back office as active, and you will receive a commission for that. So the commission is $2.98, which is great. So they reactivated. What I encourage you to do, if that happened to you, check your back office and reach out to those people and thank them for accepting the 30-day subscription, and share some of your kind words and tell them to let you know what they liked about the information. So that's on we Go to Sauna. Heart by Naturals launched an ocean mineral body oil, which is wonderful. A few of us had an opportunity to test it. Coach Seymour was one of our testers. I think Coach Will was one, and he probably gave it to MJ to use it. When my bottle arrived, my wife took it, so I got a chance to use it for a couple of days. But that ocean mineral body oil is amazing. It's hydrating and it lasts for a long time, and a little bit goes a long way. So it's available with HBN right now, and it's only $29.95. Which, if that was in a the beauty store like Sephora or Ulta, that would easily be over $100, right? So it's a 25 CB product, and I encourage you guys to get that, use it. It's amazing. Lots of benefits to that. So that's enough about that. Oh, and then on the Gold Sauna side, Coach Will, our leader here, $1 million earner, he recommended the company create a duo, well, a couple kits for to guard your cells. And so one of them has oregano oil and black seed oil. So oregano oil kills parasites and their eggs. Okay, you make it into a capsule. Then use black seed oil to protect your cells. Okay, and then there's another one for anti-aging. There's rosemary, cinnamon, aligns in it, oregano, and black seed oil. Those are on the Go to Sauna side. So I encourage you guys to take advantage of those kits right there and share them, because they are absolutely wonderful, and people need those today, especially with all the things floating around in the air and items in our food. You want to make sure you're killing those intestinal parasites very easily, right? And so, with that being said, the man of the hour is up waiting. It's Want to introduce my brother, Coach Seymour, and he's my fellow Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Had no idea we were both Steelers fans. Just happened to, partner with our amazing company back in 2019. Coach Seymour is also a dad, right? He's a grandfather, okay, and he's aging backwards. He's also one of our six-figure earners, okay, and so just want to introduce him to this call tonight, because he's going to do the first part of our training, and once he's done, Coach Will hop on to share whatever words of wisdom he has to share tonight. So, Coach Seymour, you ready?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you for the introduction. Like you say, I'm a brother from another mother, and we're Steelers fans. I know we got some Raven fans on here that don't like to hear that, but hey, we rule. Uh, and like you said, a diamond ambassador with Go to Sana, a platinum director with HBN, six-figure earner combined with the two companies, a veteran, a grandfather, and a father, single father. And these last couple years of me being in this industry has really changed my life to where, like you said, I'm aging backward. And one of the reasons for that is because of the products I'm taking, the the food that I'm putting in my body, and most of all, the joy and the happiness that I'm having with my time freedom back. If you'd have seen me maybe 6, 7 years ago, I look my age. I'm 65, going on 65 in the next 3 months. And back then I looked older, but now I'm feeling like I'm aging backward. And it's all because of these products. And if you do know my story, that 6 years ago when I said yes to this, before I really said yes to this company, I said it to prove that these products wasn't going to work for me. And 6 years later, I'm still here. So that obviously that means it's working. Kidney damage reversed, weight kind of down. I'm doing something different. I don't know if y'all can tell in the way I'm looking this picture right here. I was way smaller than this. But because of this challenge that we got going, I started doing something different, started working out. Can't believe I've been doing it and I'm enjoying it. I love how I feel, liking how I'm looking. I know I said I was going to surprise y'all in Vegas, but today you get to see a little bit more of me than I've been showing. As you can see, I look like I put a little bit of weight on. Like I said, I've been working out. So, but I just want to start by saying this. Today going to be a very interesting teaching. And before we get started, I want to see some interaction because I'm going to ask you a question and I want you to put in the chat your response to what this question is going to be. But I also want you to write it down because we're going to come back to that later. And the question is this. For those that's been in the industry, I know you've heard these statements. And I want to know what your response would be when you heard these statements. Number one, that's one of those pyramid scheme business. What would your response be to a statement like that from somebody that you have shown the business to? Let's go ahead and put it in the chat, and then I want you to write it down also. But what would your response be when somebody say to you, that's one of those pyramid scheme business? Let's see, Coach Charlotte's. I like that, Lee. That's one of my statement I like to use when somebody says a scam. Okay, I'm seeing some response that I know I would have seen. Okay, next question. Our next statement. I've done one of those things before. I've done one of those things before. What would be your response? I've done one of those things before. Okay. Okay, I'm seeing some response that I know I was going to see. Next one. You got to bother people to try to get them in the business. You got to bother people to try to get them in the business. What would your response to that be? It's going to be interesting, guys. Number four is going to be you can't make money with that kind of business. There's no money to be made. You can't make money, can't really make money with that kind of business. And number five, you need to get a real job. Okay. Number five, you got to get a real job. So with that, with those response, I'm gonna go ahead and go off camera so I can follow my notes here. And so I can stay focused with my notes. So let's get started. I love some of the answers that I saw. I've actually made those some of the statements of some of the answers that I saw. So this is going to be interesting, very interesting. So tonight's topic is going to be about two words. First word is going to be yes, and the second word is going to be and, A-N-D. Yes, and. And basically, what those two words are is the power of responding to negative without losing your power. So when you respond to negativity, I want you to start not losing your power when you respond to some of these negative statements. And that comes from something that Coach Will teaches us a lot. Be prepared to respond and not try to get ready to respond when the statement or the questions are being asked or put at you. Because if you're ready, you don't lose your power, number one. Okay? So today I want to talk about something that will change the way that you handle people forever. No arguments, no debates, and not defending yourself. I'll say it again. You don't want to get into arguments with those type of statements. You don't want to be in a debate with them back and forth. And you're not trying to defend yourself. I want to talk to you about being a powerful communicator. Why? Because if you're building a business, a brand, a legacy, or even just trying to protect your peace, you're going to face some negativity, guys. Trust me, you're going to face some negativity. People will doubt you, they will criticize you, and they'll project their fear onto you. Okay? You can't allow that to happen. And trust me, the question is not if it's going to happen. The question is how you're going to respond. So again, today's call is going to be about yes and. Two words, and they're very simple words. But when you use them correctly, they can disarm negativity. They can protect your energy, and they can keep you in control. And let me say this clearly, team. Negativity doesn't hurt because of what is said. It hurts because of how we internalize it. Okay? Most people respond in one of three ways. And I'm sure you will understand this because one of those three ways is that you start to argue. That's not one of the pyramid things, man. How you figure this? You work on a job that's a pyramid. You arguing with that individual. Number two, they're gonna try to defend. Man, you can make money with this. No, you can't. Yeah, you can. And you know what? The worst they're gonna do, the third thing, the worst thing they do is they shut down because they're not prepared. They didn't prepare themselves to be able to keep that power and respond in a way that you don't look like you're arguing or trying to defend what the statement of what they made. In all three of those ways will give away your power. If you start arguing, defending, or if you shut down, you're going to give away your power. Because the moment you argue, you are reacting. You're reacting to that negativity. The moment that you try to defend, you're validating their attack. And the moment you shut down, in your mind, you start thinking about quitting. You let somebody else convince you that what you're doing is not the right thing to do. But what you got to understand is that powerful people, leaders, we don't react. We redirect it. We redirect it. Yes, and is a communication tool that is borrowed by psychology and leadership. And here is what it does, guys. Yes acknowledges the other person and allows you to add your truth without conflict. It doesn't mean that you agree with negativity. What it really means is that you refuse to fight it. So understand that. Again, it doesn't agree with the negativity that it's saying when you say yes. It just means that you refuse to fight it. What yes is really saying to those people is that, yeah, I hear you. And says, I still choose my direction. You're not rejecting the person, you're redirecting the conversation. That's what leadership is about. So let me explain something powerful to you. The word but, do y'all know what the word but does? Let me see in the chat what you think the word but does when somebody say but or when you say but to you. Put in the chat what you think that word does. That's a good answer, Tiara. Okay, so the word but, what it does is it cancels everything that was said before it. Somebody said to you, I respect your opinion, but they just cancel the part about them saying they respect your opinion. Because you know when they say but, you know something negative coming after that. I hear what you're saying, but the moment that you say but, or somebody says but to you, I know when they say but to me, I stop listening. Because again, it cancels everything that came before it. If I sit here and I go through a presentation with you, and you say, I like everything that you talked about, but I got to pray on it. But I got to go talk to somebody else about it. But I got to do my research. Okay? What but creates is creates like a wall. The word and creates doors that can be opened. So if you want influence and not conflicts, you need to remove the but from your vocabulary. Because when somebody's negative, their brain is always already on defense. If you counter them directly, their brain will take it as a threat. It's going to detect that as a threat. Yes, and it does something different. It actually tells their nervous system that I am not attacking you. And when people start to feel attacked, what they do? They don't feel the need to, they don't feel the need to fight. Or they feel the need to fight. That's emotional intelligence, guys. That's maturity. That's control. So here are some real examples of things that you should do. If someone says to you, that business don't work, your response should be, yes, a lot of business fail. And that's exactly why I'm committed to learning how to do this the right way. You don't argue with them. Okay? You don't try to defend or you don't try to reframe it. If they come to you and they say to you, you're wasting your money, your response should be, yes, have made mistakes before. And I've also learned that investing in growth is how I break old patterns. That makes you keep your power. One of the strongest thing and the biggest thing is that we have personal doubt. So when somebody said to you, you're not qualified to do that, your response should be, yes, I'm still learning. And that's exactly why I'm taking action instead of waiting. That's confidence without arrogance, guys. So you see how those two words can change the way they come at you negatively? How you turn that around and you don't show weakness, you show power, you show leadership. Those are two very strong words. Those words can disarm toxic people. Because you see, toxic people, they thrive on your reaction. They're looking for emotion. They're looking to see you come up with that defense, that drama. But yes and gives them none of that. None of it. It doesn't feed the fire. It starves it, guys. Most negative people don't really want truth. They want control over you. See, so when you don't give them that control, they lose interest. They don't want to. They're not going to deal with you anymore because they know, they see where you didn't lose control. You didn't lose your power, your leadership. You maintained it. And then they'll say, you know what, I ain't going to try to convince this guy because he knows his stuff or she knows her stuff. Okay, so start practicing these two words. Because if you're in business, you hear this all the time. Like I said, that's a pyramid. I tried that before. Nobody makes money. But you know how you should respond? Yes, a lot of people try business without guidance. And that is why I pattern with a system and mentors. Yes, some people quit early. And I've decided to stay long enough to win. Notice something. You never convince them, you actually position them. Because we're not in the business of trying to convince people either. Okay? So let's flip this a little bit inwards. What is the most dangerous negativity that you face? Okay? It's not external. It's actually internal. It's inside. Your mind says this. You're tired, but your response should be, yes, I'm tired and I'm still showing up. Your mind gonna tell you sometimes that you're behind, but your response should be, yes, I'm not where I want to be, and I'm closer than I was yesterday. This is how winners talk to themselves. Okay, that's how you should talk to yourself. Confidence don't come from being right. It comes from being centered. Yes, and will keep you centered. You shouldn't need approval. You don't need validation. You don't need to win an argument, family. You already won by staying in control. Okay? I want you to say this with me. Yes, that's your opinion. And I choose my path. Yes, I hear your concern. And I trust my decision. Yes, this is uncomfortable. and growth always is. You should feel the difference when you say those words. That is what we call calm power. See, leaders don't argue in comments. Leaders don't chase validation. They don't waste energy explaining themselves. They respond with clarity. They move forward and they stay focused. Yes, and it's not weakness, guys. It's discipline. You don't need to defeat negativity. You need to outgrow it. And every time that you say yes, and you are telling the world, I am unshaken, I'm intentional, and I'm in control. Because winning is not reacting, winning is responding with wisdom. That is the power of yes. That's the power of and. Okay? So, how does yes and work network marketing leaders? Again, like I said earlier, if you're a billing network marketing business, I already know something about you. You've been questioned, you've been doubted, and you've been talked about. And for that to happen, that means you're doing something right. It's not because you're doing something wrong. It's because you're doing something right and you're doing something different. So tonight I want to give you a communication skill that will protect your belief, preserve your confidence, and keep you building no matter who says what. And if you master yes and, this will never become an argument about your business again. It will never become about an argument about your business again. People don't criticize what they understand. I realize that, right? They understand something, they're not going to criticize it. They criticize what threatened their comfort. And some of the network marketing challenges is a traditional job, a linear thinking, way of thinking, a scarcity of mindset. So they're going to respond with, that's a pyramid. I tried that. Nobody makes money from it. You are bothering people and you should get a job. But the truth is, most people are not attacking you. They're actually defending their decision. And team, realize that every time that you argue with somebody, you lose posture, you lose credibility, and you lose your energy. Because arguments does not enroll people. It actually repels them. Leaders don't convince, we attract. Yes, and keeps you attractive. It keeps you calm and it keeps you confident. So let me be clear, team. Again, like I said earlier, yes does not mean that, it doesn't mean agreement. It means the acknowledgement. It means leadership. You're saying, I hear you. And I'm still building. This will keep your emotions stable. It will keep your tone professional. And it will keep your authority intact. The biggest mistake in network marketing is over-explaining. When someone says, that won't work, most people respond by pulling up screenshots. And this is where we go back to what you wrote down. They start to explain the compensation plan. They start to talk too much. They get emotional about it. That is your insecurity talking. But yes, and requires confidence, not proof. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. And some of the objections that you're going to get in network marketing, And your power, you should have a, and when you get these objections, you should have a powerful response. Like I said earlier, that's a pyramid scheme. A weak response is no, it's not. Let me explain. But a leader response will be yes. A lot of people confuse business models. And this one made sense to me because product moves before commissions. That should be your response when they tell you that's a pyramid scheme. See, you didn't defend it, you reframed it. When they come to you and they say, I've tried that network marketing before, some people will respond and say, well, this one is different. How many of you have said that? But your answer should be yes. A lot of people have tried without support. And that's why mentorship mattered to me this time. You see, because with Green Organics, that's what we have here. We got mentorship. We got the system. Don't respond and tell them that this one is different, because that's what they're expecting you to say, and then they're going to come back with another answer. So what you did was you honored that experience, but you position your leadership. A lot of time when people say nobody makes money, that's not true. Look at this check. Look at my commissions. Your answer should be yes. Most people don't stay long enough, and I decided to treat this like a real business. Now that makes you sound professional. But y'all got to go out and bother people. Some people will respond and say, I'm just trying to help. But your answer should be yes. Not everyone will be interested. And I only share with people who want options. They create boundaries which equal confidence. You might even have a family member say, man, you need to go out and get a real job. Some of you might respond and say, well, I do have a job. But what your real answer should be is yes, traditional jobs work for many people. And building leverage made sense for my goals. You don't get angry and you don't apologize. See, this is what leaders understand. They understand that if your response required charts, proof, emotion, defense, it's not duplicatable. Yes, and guess what? It can be taught to what? To who? Your new reps. It can be taught to people that are shy, part-time reps. That's leadership. Like I said earlier, you may have families that's going to criticize or not, and that's what hurts the most when your own family criticize you. Fortunately, my family, we are so close-knit that I never had anything negative from them. They always support me. Anytime I reach out to my sisters or my cousins, they always support me. But we have families that don't. And they will criticize you, and it hurts. They might come and say, I'm worried about you. But your response to them should be, you know what? Yes, I appreciate the concern. And I've chosen to grow through something new. Okay? You're wasting time. No, your answer should be yes. It takes time to build anything that is worthwhile. And I am committed. You don't need approval, family. You need alignment. What if a prospect say to you, I need to think about it? Yes, taking time is smart. And what part would you like clarity on? You see, if you're prepared to answer these questions before it comes to you, this will just come right off your lips. You will know how to respond to these answers. So I'm going to recommend that tonight, tomorrow, go back once Coach Marcos puts this up there and go back and watch the replay. Take notes. Sometimes you may have to go over it 2 and 3 times, but the more you practice it and you get consistent with it, it can help. Okay, it can help. Yes, and for people that have self-doubt. Like I said earlier, your mind will start to say things to you. You're going to say stuff like, I'm not good at this. But your response should be, yes, I'm still learning. And leaders grow through what? Repetition. Your mind might even tell you that you're not seeing results. But remember, what you speak on is what you're going to receive. Whatever you manifest is what's going to come onto you. So your response should be, yes, result take times and consistency compound. Now, sometimes we use that word consistency, but we don't. Sometimes we might be using it the wrong way. Okay? Because if you're, like you said, if you're consistent with something that's positive, consistent with following the system, consistent with listening to your mentor, that can compound. But if you're a consistent procrastinator, you're going to be where you were 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago because you're still procrastinating. So you got to be careful on what you're consistent on. Make sure that that consistency is something positive that will make you grow. Because that's how belief is built, guys. That's how it's built. Now, if you listen to some of the top earners in this company, you realize that they don't argue in comments. Again, like I said, they don't chase people that are skeptic. They don't react emotionally. But what we do is that we acknowledge, and then what? We move on. We acknowledge it and we move on. Like I said, cyber many times, people wear a watch to tell time. I wear one to let you know how valuable my time is. Okay? So in closing, let me say this. Let me leave you with this. You're not in business of convincing. You're not in the business of convincing. You're in the business of positioning. Every time that you say yes, and you are saying, I'm calm, I'm confident, I'm building without approval, with or without approval. That's network marketing. That's leadership. That's the TGB enterprise posture. That's how winners talk. Back to you, Coach.
All right, awesome message from Coach Seymour. Years of wisdom and knowledge was in that message, and hopefully, you guys, take that to heart and really apply the information. I took some notes down. I have my notes right here. I'm going to go back and rewatch the video, the replay once is posted. But those two words, yes, and those are two powerful words you guys want to practice using, even practice in your home with your spouse or your kids, right? Until you feel comfortable using those words with people out here, that you interact with about the business. So with that being said, want to bring up our next trainer tonight, which is Coach Will. As you guys, well, for those of you who may be new to seeing this, Coach Will is the first male seven-figure earner with the company. He's also GoToSana's first six-figure earner. He's a diamond ambassador with both companies, has been unemployed or gainfully employed for almost 15 years, right? And so just want to bring Coach Will up to the mic, and so he can share his knowledge. He had a really good teaching message for you guys tonight. So, Coach Will, you ready?
I am, Coach. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. We hear you fine.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much, man. And I appreciate Coach Seymour for that amazing message, and I appreciate Coach Marcus for hosting the Zoom, and also, as he said earlier, to make sure to keep Miriam, our team member Miriam, and up and coming leader, wonderful, wonderful young lady Miriam Karim and her family in your prayers during this most difficult time. And I got some stuff I want to cover, but Coach Seymour's message was so impactful. Just had a couple of notes that I took, and I'm like, man, I want to double down on that because it was amazing. And let me preface this with saying, with some things, Do as we say. Don't do as I do, because if somebody coming to me crazy, well, people want money in network marketing, I will hit them over the head with $1 million screenshots all day. Don't do that. And the reason I say don't do that is because it's really not duplicatable, but it is something you can look forward to doing when you understand at some point in your career, you have the life that you want and you're working toward bigger and better things. You can look forward to you don't even entertain any of that. The second thing I tell you, you can really, really look forward to is once you become a master of handling objections, the way that Coach Seymour explained it, which is the way that all of us professionals do it 99% of the time. Once you become a master at exactly what he taught, this is the craziest thing that's going to happen. You will not get 90% of the objections that you used to get. Regardless of how much money you make is irrelevant when you're talking about the technique he uses because it works for you at any level of your career. But the things you can look forward to, that other than just messing with people, you can really look forward to once you put that work in. Watch his part of this training 20 times if you have to, until it goes from your head to your heart and you really get it. You will not get 90% of the objections that you used to get, just because in your mind, once you know how to handle something, that thing that you learned how to handle will typically never happen because you're not scared of it. You're not even anticipating it, because if it happens, you know how to handle it. So it doesn't happen. It's like I remember when I got my first black belt. But I used to, as a kid and as a young man growing up, I would fight all the time. Didn't you know how to fight at first? You just figure it out. And anybody grew up in the era of when we actually used to fight in front of the house or on the block or whatever, and that ended up being your best friend. Anybody who grew up in that era, put a one in the chat. There wasn't no gun shooting, wasn't no social media talking, wasn't none of that. If you had an issue with your partners, you'd settle it at like 3 o'clock at school, and you're like, all right, 3 o'clock, and y'all get out and punch on each other, and it's all good. Or it's on the block. My best friend to this day, he is one of the top attorneys in the nation out of Dallas, Texas, Zeke Tyson. He's come to one of our events before in Dallas, and y'all remember Zeke might have came to the event if y'all were here a couple of Dallas events ago. We used to get in fights all the time on the front lawn, bloody nose and everything, at his house, my house, and then guess what? Best friends forever. So that being said, when you do get a black belt and you actually earn it, and you really know how to fight, you will almost never get in fights. It's the weirdest thing. You will not even get approached. Nobody even it's weird, because in your head, you're not worried about anything. You're just not concerned. There's no fear. There's no anxious or anxiety if you're in certain situations. And it's the same thing in network marketing. Once you take the time to master exactly what Coach Seymour just told you, you get so few rejections or objections, you'll understand why he's so passionate about what he just told you. And I can tell you personally, because I do the exact same thing most of the time. I can be proud, I'm working on that, but I'm gonna do it most of the time. And I think I might have got one objection in the last 6 months, maybe one objection, one objection in the last 6 months. Man, that person didn't join. I didn't try to convince them or any of that type of stuff. Did exactly what we do, agree and move on. They didn't join. Doesn't matter to me. But I've only got one objection in 6 months, and I've talked to hundreds of people. So I get it. Everything he said, y'all need to be spot on with that. The reason why it's so powerful, I want you to understand, now that you're not watching him teach in that moment, did you notice his confidence, number one, in how he's operating and what he's doing? That comes from experience, okay? His confidence. You always want to, when you master the skill of overcoming objections and things of that nature, you will become 1,000,000 times more confident. So Coach Seymour is always moving with confidence, which comes from experience, right? Number two, did you notice that he said to agree? All right, yes, and do you understand that's the most magic word in recruiting, is the word yes? You want to get yeses, but in order to get yeses, you have to say yes. Okay, you know what's going on in their head. You know the type of objections and the type of fear they're dealing with, and they've been done dirty before in businesses like this. When you understand all of that, regardless of whether or not they tell you, you're saying yes and going into your explanation, and you're maintaining rapport. Whenever you say no, whenever you say but, whenever you start saying things like, oh, no, this, that, and the third, you got the money to join, it's only $10, whatever, you're breaking rapport. So it doesn't matter if they join or not, they probably won't. but rapport is going to be very indifferent, very, 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 very important. And you can only maintain rapport when you agree with an individual. You cannot maintain rapport in any other way. You have to agree first so that they don't block you out. Then you say the next part that you always wanted to say, but you started off with that part. So no, excellent, amazing work by Coach Seymour, absolutely incredible. And a big part of what we do in network marketing, 90% of it is going to be the mindset that you have. 10% is going to be the work, honestly, but a lot of part of the work is going to be the words you choose to use in the order you choose to use them. Think about what network marketers do. Network marketers talk to people, they text people, they message people, they email people, and if people respond, we talk back. It's just words. It's so much words. Even if you're somewhere in person, it's the words you say in the order you say them, the tone in which you say them or type them, and things of that nature, the timing. So everything he just said introduced you just now to two of the most important words you'll ever learn. Yes, and if you're actually talking to people on a daily basis, as you should, about your products and opportunity, the training he just gave you will shave 5 years off your growth curve, because you don't have to go through the stuff we did about trying to convince, bully, argue. You don't have to do all that. We know it doesn't work. We learn the hard way. You don't have to. So thank you again for Coach Seymour, and thank you, Coach Marcus, for getting that up, the replay up later, so people can really internalize this type of valuable information, which a lot of network marketers who don't know any better are paying large amounts for, which is crazy. But because we get it right here with our team for free. Wow. Thank you, Coach Seymour. Also, Coach Marcus brought up a great point about the inactives. Listen, that was an amazing email that went out today. I've seen people go back active in my office today. I didn't even know why, because I didn't get the email. They got it. So when Coach Marcus said it, he just clicked, it made sense. So please, please, please take advantage of that in any capacity. You definitely are onto something great with this particular company. And Paula's timing could not be more perfect for that at all. Next thing, I posted a video in the group chat, and it's going to be the video that Kathleen Lemaire sent me a video that was really, really good. I'm not sure if Kathleen's on a call or not, but she is in the group chat. And I told her, thank you for that video, which I hadn't seen before. And it's a doctor talking about, not us, this is third party, this is a medical professional, so they can say stuff that we can't. And she's talking about her cures for cancer. And I'm like, yo, that's crazy, but okay. But it made perfect sense because it's not that people on our team never, ever, ever get sick or anything like that. But some stuff we don't deal with as an organization, well, since 2019, with what a lot of other people deal with. It's not that people live forever or our products make you indestructible against everything ever. That's not it. I don't know if anything like that exists. If it did, it'd probably be this bad boy right here, Black Seed Oil. But my point is, doctors can say things we can't. So it's really cool to leverage medical professionals who are holistic in nature when you can. And so the video is just edited to talk about oregano, black seed oil, cancer, and we don't use the word cancer. And we don't say it. We'll let doctors and stuff say it. But the point is, we were using the video technology that we've been teaching everybody who on the team who wanted to attend a class, who attended, and even people who didn't get the full class, they learned enough from some free YouTube videos that I produced to be able to make videos. Coach Charlotte Whitaker's been on fire. Can someone teach Coach Charlotte how to get rid of those watermarks? Because she is only one watermark away from her videos already at 90% awesome and fun to watch. They're doing great. Coach Seymour showed me an even better way than the way I taught to get rid of the watermarks. And I'll take Coach Charlotte's videos from here to here. So Coach Charlotte, reach out. Let me teach you how to do that. And your videos are going to be even 10 times better than they already are with just one little click. And shout out to Coach Seymour for showing me a better way of doing things that I was already doing. So you can never be too humble to learn, folks, period, point blank, end of story. But people can now take those videos, make a video as an intro, okay? Take a video and make it as an intro to another video. So for example, if I'm sending a business opportunity video, I could call and talk and message, or I can just make an intro video and tack it on to the front of that and send that. And that eliminates a lot of the conversation I have to have. So it's easier for me to send out 60 videos than it is for me to have 60 conversations and then send out 60 videos when I already had 60 conversations to get people to agree to get the video in the first place. I don't need to tee it up or prep it up. So it's just a time-saving tool. It's very good. I haven't made that video public yet, so it doesn't have any views. It's unlisted right now because I wanted to share the technique with y'all first. And then if you notice at the end of the video, there's a call to action. You notice Coach Marcus, every time he does a Zoom, every time he does a video for our organization or something like that, it's going to have a call to action at the end. Oh, YouTube took yours down. That's crazy. Well, mine's unlisted. Maybe that's why they didn't take it down. And so I can send it unlisted to people. I'm gonna keep it unlisted so YouTube can't ever see it. And I send it to, I'm going to send it to people and they can watch it, but it's not public, so YouTube won't take it down. So that's really cool. And once the video's made, even if YouTube took it down, it doesn't have to be on YouTube. I didn't make the video on YouTube. I uploaded it to YouTube. I still have the raw video file, right? The file. And so you can just, the way that I did that video, all the videos on my phone. They're all made on my phone. I downloaded the video, Kathleen Lemaire sent us and edited it and put it on my phone. And I'll post that raw video for y'all in the group chat too, so you can take it and do what you will with it. But I go into Facebook, I'm just letting y'all know, you can do Canva, you can do CapCut. There's a lot of different editing software you can use. I just like doing it the cheap way on Facebook. I go into Facebook under Reels, and Coach Marcus does this too. We open up Reels, and then we go to Reels and we'll upload the first part of the video, click edit, upload the second part, click edit, click the third, put the third part of the video in there. And then we click next and we watch it and make sure it's good and it's streamlined good. Then we don't post the video on YouTube. You could, but I mean on Facebook, we don't as a reel. Then I click download and it downloads the full video to my phone in one file. So now I can send it to anybody. I never posted it as a reel. I send it as a video, but that's how we do it. So for those of you, if that went right over your head, you probably have not watched you definitely didn't attend the paid training. And you definitely didn't watch the free YouTube training on how to monetize your social media and things like that. So hopefully you go over YouTube and get caught up, because this is a great tool. It's absolutely awesome. And you see leaders like Coach Charlotte and Jessica, Miriam, Missy's making amazing videos. Marcus and Seymour obviously are doing those, and they're doing fun engagement videos, but they're also layering it in with business opportunity videos, product videos, videos to generate leads. And every time someone likes or comments on any content you make, that's a lead. You need to have a ready-made copy-paste script to send to them immediately. And we talked about that, I think maybe on last week or week before that call. The recording's there. So if you want the copy-paste scripts for what to send people. And then in Vegas, we are going to be doing a class on how to automate it so that anytime somebody comments or likes on your post and they use certain keywords, whatever they are, it will trigger an automatic DM. So you don't even have to send the message at that point. We're going to teach you in Vegas how to automate it. So if you're not attending the Las Vegas event online or in person, you're going to miss out on an amazing opportunity to start off the year in that fitness era of January and February, where people are trying to get in shape. You won't know how to automate it until we all come back from the event, we blow it up. And then after we're doing it, you'll probably get some training on it weeks or months later on the back end when it's too late. So I highly recommend you attend Vegas online or in person. They do have some in-person tickets available, and online it's going to be really, really, really good. In person, of course, we always have some fun surprises for people who attend in person, and this one will be no different. All right. So that being said, let's move on. Let's see, jerseys. If you have not already ordered your jersey yet, when I get off this call, before I go to bed, I have to put in the final order. The company has to have it tomorrow to make it on time. If you're not remember what the jerseys look like, our jerseys from last year, what you've seen people wearing on social media, you've seen other network marketing companies copying these. Linda, I got you. No worries there. Got you. You've seen people copying, even down to the colors almost of the jerseys, which is hilarious. And the jerseys are going to look like this as far as the style, but the color is going to be different. The pattern on the sleeves is going to be different. The jersey looks amazing. I saw a mock-up for it. Looks amazing. We're still going to have the HBN and Go designer there. If you're a diamond ambassador, make sure to let me know. If you're a double diamond or diamond with both companies, I don't know if anybody else is yet, but Coach Marcus will be there very soon. We get the diamond on there. Your name's going to be on back, obviously. And then I took the liberty of tweaking the logos. Each of the logos and our front logo is all going to be Las Vegas Strip casino themed. It's cash money. It looks amazing. And the jerseys are going to be almost all red with club, diamond, spade, heart. You know, they look amazing. You're going to absolutely love them. And as a special treat, we got 10 that are getting made because I couldn't be decisive. And he was like, you got to get a minimum of 10 of this other type. If you already ordered one of the jerseys, I will give you an opportunity to get one of 10 limited edition ones that are limited edition Vegas jersey. This is not it, but it's the closest I can resemble to it. This is one of the jerseys I'm sponsored with by Bull Mag. These are going to be different than the other jerseys. These are going to be zippered. The limited edition ones are going to be zippered. So they look like that with the zipper collar, okay? Those are only available to people who already have the other jersey who are going to be attending Vegas in person. We only got 10. Well, no, we got 9 because I'm definitely getting one that have to get made because he couldn't make less than 10 of this type. But they're going to be black, like dark gray, and they are going to have on there red diamonds, red hearts, black spades, and black clubs all over the pattern, which is really amazing. They're going to have a slightly different variation of the logo on front. And on the back, what those are going to have is your name, but your name is going to be in a different font. So if you have an S, it'll be red. If you have an A, it'll look like just an upside down A. It won't look regular. You know what I'm saying? It's going to really pop. So I'm gonna probably, and it's going to be black and gray and red, which is really gangster. So we got all the choices there. We only got 9 of those. So if you want one of those, reach out on Facebook immediately. So we can get you one of those limited edition joints. They're fire. But if you don't already have the other jersey, please know the limited edition ones, because we only have a limited number of those, are for people who already have the regular jersey. We're going to wear one on Monday and then the other one on Tuesday. So it's going to be turned, and I'm excited about it. All right, let's do some training and wrap up this call. Give me 5 minutes and we will have this wrapped up. Does anybody have any questions about jerseys, Las Vegas? Any other questions at all before I dive into a very quick training segment and wrap this up in 5 minutes? Because we're just going to be starting a new series this evening. It's not a series on getting people into the business. It is going to be a series on how to keep people in the business from a retention standpoint. And in order to understand retention, because it's not just about getting people in, right? You learn what Coach Seymour just taught you. You're going to become a better recruiter. You can sponsor 20, 30, 40 people in 90 days. You can sponsor more than that. If you, especially with the Go to Sign Up program, golly, how many people are enjoying the Go to Sign Up program and how easy it is to get people in business and how easy it is to teach them to go get other people in business? How many people are seeing that real type of growth? Like, it's going really, really fast. It's going very fast. I've never seen, it's never been easier to become a diamond. If you're not a diamond, I don't know why not. It's not a lot of volume, so it doesn't really, translate into buying nice diamond rings and things like we would normally do. But that being said, why not do it? It's going to make you more money. You're going to get a much bigger check match. Your residuals are going to go up. It is a far, far larger payout for you to just get it over with. All right. And and at the end of the call, Jerry, I'll post the links for Venmo, PayPal, and Zelle. I will post that in the chat. If Coach Marcus has them handy, he can post them in the chat. If he doesn't, I can get those posts in chat. Yeah, Diamond definitely gives you a story to share. And I've been torn on how we're going to celebrate at this event, but I'm gonna make something happen. Don't worry. So if you're a new Diamond and you're going to be attending Vegas in person, message me on Facebook. And Kanasha was upside my head, boy. She was, Will, how we've been working hard for Diamond. Like, Kanasha is different. No, she drives a hard bargain. So I will definitely we'll work some stuff out. So if you're a Diamond and you're attending Vegas in person, let us know. You will not be disappointed. All right, so go Diamond, get it over with. It's just something you need to do. All right. So quick training. So we're going to cover several points over the next couple of weeks of this series leading up to Vegas. But tonight I'm only going to cover 5 things very quickly. There are an infinite number of reasons why people will join your team and then quit your team very quickly. Okay, or they'll quit your team later on. All right. I want to give you just the first 5. I'll cover many more of these on Sunday, maybe another 10 or 15 on Sunday. But I want to give you 5 reasons about why people quit your team. Because if you know why people quit your team before people ever join your team, put a 1 in the chat if it makes sense that you'll be able to prevent them or eliminate the reasons that a lot of people leave because you know the reasons up front. Okay, how Coach Seymour said, if you know how to handle objections, you can learn how to handle objections before you talk to people. Wouldn't that be before you talk to people, right? Wouldn't that be smart? to learn how to handle objections before you talk to people, not in the moment or after they've already told you no and left. It's better for you to learn these reasons why people leave your team now as y'all teams are growing super, super fast. Super fast. The mystery gifts that go to Sana are flying off the shelf. Those numbers are only going to go up as we buy more and more gifts for people in our families and friends and things. So I'm gonna just give you the first 5, and we will have many, many, many more to come. But this is going to be very important for you. Number one, and these are not necessarily in order, but they are related. So the first reason of why people quit your team is going to be no goal setting. No goal setting. They have no idea why they're doing what they're doing. Not only do they not have a what hurts you board, they don't have a 20 reasons why. They don't have a top 4. They have no idea why they're doing the business. There are no goals. You notice how we just said everybody should go diamond because why not? It's easier than ever. I don't know why you've been waiting. Just get it done. Get it done now before they go make it hard again. Pause. Golly. Go diamond now before they make it more difficult in the future and they switch it up again because they might. Who knows? So go ahead and get it over with now. I'm giving you a goal. You have a goal. Yeah, 15 people at $10 is not hard. That is not even $150 in sales, folks. Y'all have done that. Some of y'all have done $150 in sales in an hour. I've seen you do it at events. I know y'all can do it, right? So just get it over with. Everybody be diamond, please. Everybody, let's get everybody's jersey with diamond on it, please. And when other people see it, they don't know what it takes to be a diamond at our company, but they'll get fired up and it'll help you. Like Coach Marcus said, it gives you a great story. But the number one reason, not number one, the first reason, because these are not in order, about why people are quitting your team is no goal set. They have no goals, no aspirations, no dreams, no goals. They don't do any dream building. You recruited them and you never sat down with them to get their 20 reasons why. You never had those conversations. They literally have no goals. All right. That's number one. So fix that. You can fix that immediately. Number two, second reason why people are quitting teams like it's going out of style is they are surprised by rejections. They're surprised by rejections because if you don't have your team members on these calls so you can hear from Miriam and Coach Marcus and Coach Sonic and Coach Seymour and Coach Tina and Coach Kim when she's available and things of that nature. And you can't hear from Coach Charlotte. And you can't hear from any of our guests. Your team don't know the stuff that we're teaching. And they're probably not going to go watch a replay on YouTube. So number two, the second reason why people quit, they get surprised because someone told them no. And you never warned them that some people are going to say A, B, C, or D. You never sent them the recording of this call that when Coach Seymour said, yeah, people are going to call it a scam, a scheme, a pyramid. It is. This is what you say. This is how to handle it. This is how you maintain frame and confidence. You see, they don't know that. So they're excited. They're fired up. They love the product to see the opportunity. They go talking to people and bam, people start gunning them down with rejections. They get surprised. They get hurt. They get offended. They think it doesn't work. So that's the second reason why people quit. Number one, they have no goals. And number two, they are surprised by rejection. It's not the rejection that kills them. It's the surprise because they weren't prepared properly prior to the rejection. All right. Third reason why people are quitting teams is because they were bought in under false pretenses. Now, this is something that really doesn't apply to our team as far as I know, because our organization, our company, we're very transparent with people as far as what they can accomplish, how much they might make, could make. We show them the pay plan, but we tell them there's no guarantees for income. We work hard. We don't know if you're going to work hard, right? We don't know if you might join and not make any money. We don't know that. I know I was going to work hard and we were going to get it done. Look, that's right, clients, tell them, Hub, prepare for war in times of peace. Learn how to do this stuff before you get a big old team, right? Yeah. So they were brought in under false pretenses. We see it happen at a lot of other companies. We see it happen at a lot of other companies. And I hate to see it. We don't have that problem here, but just to make sure you stay on the straight and narrow, you shoot people straight, you tell them what they get, you tell them what they don't get, and don't tell them things like join, you'll make $20 million overnight, or join, don't do nothing, you'll make $300 million by not doing nothing, getting now, ride the wave. Even if there is a wave to be ridden, we don't use that as a selling point, all right? So people are bought in under false pretenses. They go for a couple of weeks or a month and then they quit because it's not what you said it was, all right? We don't really do that here, but a lot of companies do. Don't start doing that here. Fourth reason, only got two more. Reason number 4 why people quit is the promise of building under them is not fulfilled. The promise of building under them is not fulfilled. Now, there are people on our team sometimes who say that, we will build under you, we'll build under you, this, that, or a third. There's a difference between saying we have a matrix and there is a possibility because people are placed chronologically. There is a possibility that people can be placed under you in the matrix and you could be paid from these people based on our pay plan and the algorithm and how it works with the waterfall matrix, which is a term, a waterfall matrix that puts people in order of chronology in your organization. Yes, that could happen. I'm not guaranteeing that at all. I'm not saying I'm gonna go build your team, all right? But I'm letting you know that one of the advantages to joining now and getting active is going to be the fact that based on our pay plan, in addition to the work that you do, there is a possibility that people who join after might end up in your organization. That is a whole different, that's a very ethical statement to make. All of that is true, right? However, that's a difference between saying that and saying stuff like, oh, just join, just sign up, sign up. I'm gonna build for you. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna recruit everybody for you. I'm gonna build. I'm gonna go to the trainings for you. I'm gonna take the rejections for you. Then what are they even doing? If someone's going to join just to support you or just to have like a position as a shareholder for passive income, please let them know that that's what they're doing. Okay. Yes. If you want to join me and you don't plan on working right now, it's still good for you to join me. I'm not going to go out and build your business for you, but I'm going to go out and build a business. Or don't get it twisted. I'm going to go out and build a business. And when I build a business, there is a possibility just because of the way that our comp plan works and how amazing it is that some people can fall under you in the group chronologically and that you can see some income from that up to like maybe $300 at the max. Okay. Can I guarantee any of that for you? Absolutely not. Is it a possibility? Absolutely yes. Why? Because I'm going to keep going to work. I got 60 people to talk to after we get off the phone. So you in, you out, just let me know. And I'll send you some information, some videos, and invite you to some Zoom calls and some events. And if you decide you want to really work it, you can always change your mind to work it. But I can tell you my professional recommendation, it would be wise for you to get a position and lock it in because the emails that we get, the personal development and growth emails are so good, they are worth way more than 30 cents a day, just in terms of increased health, increased mental health. You might not need a psychiatrist in 2 years. These emails can really help you and you can save money by becoming the best version of yourself with personal development from people who have the lifestyle that you told me you wanted. So certain ways to talk about it, but be ethical. And the promise of building under people is totally fine. But the problem is if you promise to build under somebody and that promise is not fulfilled, if it's not fulfilled. So be careful what you promise if you can't back it up. All right. Or you have no intention to back it up and you don't know if you can or not. Don't do that. It doesn't make no sense. The right people are going to join you anyway. You're only looking for the right people at the right time. And you don't have to make any guarantees to the right person at the right time. They are going to join no matter what. Just understand that. All right. Last but not least for today, the fifth reason, and put in the chat if any of this is making sense, put a 2 in the chat. If any of this stuff is making sense at all. And the last one we'll give you on this call, we'll wrap up, we're out of time, is going to be how the how to, the fifth reason, the fifth reason why people quit, not necessarily in order, is going to be the how to do stuff once they join. It seems too complicated or it's too far out of their comfort zone. All right. It is going to be very difficult for you to build a large duplicating organization anytime after 2015, probably. If all you're going to do is tell people you got to do home meetings, you have to. Okay. That's out of people's comfort zone. And a lot of people are not comfortable talking in front of people. I give that as an option for people because I'm very comfortable talking to people. And I love going to do home meetings and I love seeing our team members and their families. And I love them. I love this business. I love them. I love traveling around the world to help our teams. That's something I really love to do. Everybody's not ready, willing, and able to operate like that. Everybody ain't raw like that. Ready, able, and willing. They're not raw like that. They ain't got that dog in them like that. And that's okay. But my point is, if you tell people there's only one way to do this business, and that way happens to be something that's not comfortable for them, or it's not in their comfort zone, or seems too complicated, you're going to lose them. So it's important to expose them to the different trainings and calls so they can meet people like Coach Seymour and see how he does business. They can meet Miriam and see how she's recruited her team. They can meet Coach Marcus and see him on Zooms and in person and see how he recruits online and in person, t-shirts, drop cards, Facebook Live. Like he recruits every type of way you could possibly recruit. It's a million different ways you can learn how to do it. Coach Tina recruits a certain way, right? You go to Charlotte, it's like me. We going upside your head in person 24/7. There's 20 billion ways to build these type of businesses, but you got to make sure that people know that there's a way to do it that's comfortable for them. And even if you don't know how to do it, there's someone you can introduce them to online or in person in our organization who would help you, who would help them do it their way that they do it. They're still sponsored by you, but they want to use a different style. So people will leave your team after a certain amount of time if the how-to seems too complicated or is too uncomfortable. I think this is the reason why it's so easy to sponsor people on Facebook, then send a Facebook message, then send a video and sign with the volunteers. It's easy to sponsor people with the Go to Sign program and the HBM program with different products and things because everybody, not everybody, but billions of people on Facebook anyway, billions of people are sending messages and texts every single day. Billions of people are sending videos and watching videos every single day. There's nothing impossible or uncomfortable about that. It's only a numbers game. It's really only a numbers game, which is why that holiday training we did, which I believe is up on YouTube as well, it told you all of the copy paste scripts that you can just copy paste and send them to 20, 30 people a day. Like we talked about this. That's in your comfort zone for sure. And how many people have sent any messages on Facebook like we send and got a response back saying, yes, I'll watch a video? Has that happened to anybody on the call at all? Or yes, I'll join, or yes, I'll watch a video. Okay, that's the proof you need to see. It's in the chat. That's the proof you need to see. It's in the chat. Now, you can't see the chat if you're on recording, but look at the people on the call that are saying, yeah, I sent some messages on Facebook, and some, not all, not even most a lot of times, but some of the people responded, yes, I watched the video, or I watched this, or I watched that. Then you got to let the tools do the work at that point. Or if you don't trust the videos to do the work, I don't know why you wouldn't, but if you don't, especially if you made the videos with AI, especially if you don't want to do video, talk to them. Oh, I know that's crazy. Talk to people. Yeah, talk to people. You talk to people every day. You talk to people at the grocery store, at the bank, at the barber, at the hairdresser, at the gas station. You talk to people every single day. All right. So that's not out of anybody's comfort zone. Talking to a large group of people as the expert leader, public speaker might be out of their comfort zone. But talking to people one-on-one, if they said, sure, I'll listen to what you got or watch a video, that is not outside anybody's comfort zone. All right. It's just not. It's just not. All right. So that's what we got. 5 reasons. No goal setting. They were surprised by rejection. They were brought in under false pretenses. The promise of building under them was not fulfilled. And number 5, the how-to seems too complicated or too uncomfortable for them. And that is what we got for tonight. So anybody who has any, Coach Marcus, that's it. You can stop the recording. I'm gonna just stay on and answer any questions and put stuff in the chat if people need links for jerseys or